Ladies and gentlemen, the following triple threat match, scheduled for one fall, brought to you by Hidden Gems, is your main event of the evening, and it is for the W.A.R. Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, the challenger standing to my left. He hails from Jacksonville, Florida, and weighed in earlier today at 234 pounds. He is Bad Attitude Brian Beech. Challenger number 2, standing to my right. He hails from the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio. He weighed in at 367 pounds. Sherman Tank! Participant number 3 is the champion. Hailing from Nelsonville, Ohio, in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. He weighed in earlier today at 252 pounds. He is the reigning, defending W.A.R. Wrestling Champion, Genuine Jock Samson! And when the bell sounds, the man in charge of the ring is W.A.R. Wrestling Hall of Famer, Roger Ruffin.
So the main event here at Belle Center Brawl 5, Michael McCormick and Big Tom, as we hopefully look to crown a new W.A.R. Wrestling champion in this match.
Well, you know, quite honestly, Sherman Tank and Brian Beech have been here, probably the 2 longest guys ever, you know, considering you got, you know, Dexter Dementia, Mr. Old School, and Mr. Main Event. Other than those 2, these guys have been around here the longest, but quite honestly, Jock Samson is hated by everyone, but you know, he has defended that title 10 consecutive times.
So now the senior official, or the, I should say the Hall of Famer. I'm not sure I've ever heard this chant before.
Yeah, this must be something new.
I don't know that this chant will catch on. But Jock Samson, right now, in effect, is kind of in a 2-on-1, and really, all the people here aren't going to help him out either.
Well, if you truly think about it, one of his advisors is Ripper Blackheart, and Ripper Blackheart always talks about his lawyer Foggy Nelson. You would think Ripper Blackheart would have had his lawyer Foggy Nelson look over this contract, because quite honestly, Jock Samson says he's a smart man, but he doesn't seem too smart here taking on these two men.
Well, to be fair, as we've seen with Ripper Blackheart, his lawyer's not real good with contracts.
Well, that's absolutely true. Maybe he gets the 10% that Ripper says he's getting.
If you don't know the backstory about that, it talks about you can go back.
Hey, you back off, Tank. I'm going to get in there and beat up Beech right now. I want Beech.
The backstory being that Sherman Tank got out of his contract with Blackheart Enterprises because Ripper neglected to renew it, and that's why throughout the course of Bad Company falling apart and having their falling out,
well, you know, Ripper,
Tank's finally become a free man.
Well, that, plus if you truly think about it, Ripper Blackheart said it was a fax mail. Do they really still do those nowadays?
Apparently he does.
Well, maybe that's
that's
why he never got it.
Jock just grabbed the microphone, and what he said was that he wanted to fight Brian Beech. Now, it's not a very smart idea on his part.
I changed my mind. I want Sherman Tank right now.
Because if he wants to try and
Sherman
wrestle,
Tank, I'm gonna break you in half.
he shouldn't do it against Brian Beech.
Don't run.
And if he wants to fight, Jock shouldn't do it against Sherman Tank. There's not a scenario.
Well, he just called out Beech, and then for whatever reason, he changed it to Sherman Tank.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants to be in the ring right now with either guy. He's just looking for an excuse to, in his mind, as we've seen a couple of his matches end in a disqualification to keep his title and his streak that he's so proud of, as he is trying to become the most defended champion in World Wrestling history. And again, the champion powders out like a coward. For a guy who claims to be an outlaw, he sure is pretty scared right now.
Quite honestly, that fireworks went off, and I think Jock thought his mom or his wife was shooting at him or something, you know, being in the hills, or it would have been his sister's cousin.
I think that might be, would that be Vernal's mom?
Maybe.
I don't know how the Samson family tree works.
Yeah, I heard it's a straight line, but
yeah,
I
would
don't
imagine
really
it doesn't fork. And you got to watch, too, is that giant individual over there in the corner, the man in Vernal Lee Sampson, his little cousin that, well, we thought won the Battle Royal to kick off this show for a future title shot.
Yeah, but if you truly think about it, maybe that's just Jock's way of not having to face his little cousin, Vernal Lee.
Now, how exactly would that work if Jock is to defend it against himself, as he put it?
I truly don't know, but once again, look, Jock's on the outside and letting the other two wrestle.
Well, what he doesn't know is that if one of these two are able to pin the other one, he would lose his championship.
Right, maybe that's not in his contract either with Foggy Nelson.
Well, like we said, Foggy Nelson is not a very good lawyer to begin with.
Maybe he's an imaginary lawyer.
It's the same lawyer that kept Ripper Blackheart out of the state of West Virginia a couple months ago.
Well,
so actually, he's pretty good on that
Yeah,
part.
maybe he can prevent him from showing up in Belle Center next time.
Or anywhere that we're at.
Right.
Oh, wait.
We'll start a campaign, the No Ripper Blackheart Club.
We'll start a Kickstarter. If you'd like to donate to that, you can hit us up on Twitter at The.W.A.R Wrestling. And again, look, there's a Samson on each side. Jock picking his spots as he hammers Tank from behind and Beech as well. I guess, again, what we talked about the champion's disadvantage, he's trying to find a way to turn into a champion's advantage.
Yeah, you know, once again, he used Vernal Lee as a distraction, so.
Problem is that he didn't get him down for very long. And a united front between Beech and Tank. They're both looking to become champion, yes, but they're also looking to punish Jock Samson for his transgressions over the last couple of months. Jock taking the title back from the longest reigning champion, 414 days, from Juice Jennings.
Yeah, you know, Juice Jennings was a fighting champion. You know, all the champions we've ever had in World Wrestling been fighting champions or whatever. You know, but Jock's big thing now is he wants to have more title defenses than Jeremy the Butcher Madrox.
And he's, well, at least over halfway there, as Madrox had 17.
He had 17, right, but, you know, the truth of the matter is here, is both of these men want that title. I think they're just as hungry as every other opponent, but once again, maybe, just maybe, Jock has a plan. I'm not real sure here. He seems to be willing to do whatever it takes.
What I think is ironic about that is you can factor Juice Jennings into both of those equations. Not only did he end the run for Jeremy Madrox, but he's the link between, as he's the guy that dropped the belt to Jock Samson, and as well has already been one of his rematches.
Absolutely. Jock Samson says he wants to take on anybody. Quite honestly, he's defended the belt 10 other times. This is his 11th title defense. He's already defended the belt in 2 or 3 other states, representing the W.A.R wrestling. And quite honestly, he has been a fighting champion. I won't dispute that.
Beautiful double hip toss there by Tank and Beech, and 2 of the guys he's beaten, 2 guys we talked about earlier, as Vernal Lee gets himself involved. So I guess
what is going on here?
We're just going to throw this one out in the main event. Roger Ruffin trying to get control of it, but there's no reason for Vernal Lee to be in this match. I don't know.
What is going on here? I'm trying to figure out what is going on.
Knowing Jock, he'll consider this 2 successful defenses. And again, there you see Jock, the first one to duck to the outside when the numbers aren't in his favor. Jock Samson being the coward that he is. That's not a successful title defense.
This match is over due to disqualification. I'm out of here.
I don't think that Jock is going to get what he wishes. Had to take the coward's way out and have his cousin help him out. Yeah, by you, idiot. The referee says,
Roger Ruffin, that sounds like a great idea. These fans came to see Jock Samson get his ass beat. So let's make this a good old-fashioned tag match.
put your money where your mouth is, champ.
You touch me or touch this mic, your ass is fired.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Shit. Get your butt in that ring and defend that title. Even in a tag match, buddy, the title's on the line. Yes. Yes.
What are you going to do now,
Roger. Start counting.
So,
Hey, we're going to do this, but when I beat these guys, they never get a chance at the W.A.R title ever again.
I didn't know Jock was booking his own matches. So strong words from the guy who right now is the champion. I don't know how he'll be. I don't know if he'll be here in a couple of minutes.
Hey, Jock, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. Tate's sick and tired of it. All these people are sick and tired of it. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Get in this ring right now and take a butt whooping like you've never had before. And you want to talk about us not getting a title shot again? The reason why we won't get a title shot again is because either me and Tank is going to be walking out the new champion.
Jock Samson is pretty much a horrible representative right now.
Here because, you know, to me there would be some strategy going into play. Now this, a big, huge DDT from Sherman Tank, almost 400 pounds.
And again, Verna Lee comes in to make the save.
Wow, this is, I tell you what, I'm not real sure about the strategy in this match. It's been hard hitting, action-packed, and Jock Samson has been in there a while, but, you know, once again, here you go.
And again, if Jock Samson is able to win this match somehow with the help of his little cousin, then he'll get another chance to defend that belt here coming up in a couple of weeks at the All-Glaze County Fair.
Right, and quite honestly, if Jock Samson wins this match, he is taking on Juice Jennings at the All-Glaze County Fair.
Again, that August the 2nd is also a great event in Lima that night after the show is over.
Yeah, we're doing a bowling event that night, and you know, all the money raised goes to Our Daily Bread Soup Kitchen or whatever, the local soup kitchen in Lima, Ohio. All the rest are volunteering their time. Westgate Lanes is providing the lanes for us that night. It's going to be a great night of bowling and with all the WAR stars and whatever. And you know, maybe we'll have a new champion that night or whatever to show up at the bowling alley also.
Going for the cover right now. Verna Lee put together a great sequence there, almost beheaded Beech with a clothesline, and then dropped the leg smartly in his corner, so it looks like, at least for the moment, that his big cousin has taught him how to cut the ring in half.
Right, and you know, once again, maybe Verno and Jock's on the same page here. I'm not real sure.
Jock he doesn't care. He'll get himself DQ'd. Originally, as he has Roger Ruffin come over to check, the referee was choking Beech out with his chain. And of course, if Ripper was here right now, he would say he shouldn't wear the chain to the ring.
What does he have here? Does he have something? The fans are saying he has something.
Whatever it is, he's doing a great job of hiding it in front of the referee. He's choking Beech out with his chain, but every time that Roger Ruffin comes in to check him, he's able to pull it away and just go back to trying to get Beech to
Brian Beech is fighting back.
Beech, if you want to know, wow, great drop kick by the champion.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. Jock Samson, for a man his size, has a very good drop kick.
Didn't hook the leg, but smart enough to use the armbar to keep Beech at bay. And again, keeping the Samsons on that half of the ring. Didn't start out as a tag team match, but that's how it's going to finish.
Yeah, you know,
trying to skirt the rules.
Well, he can skirt the rules all he wants. The bottom line truly is that all I care about is entertaining these great fans here. If you look out, there's a few hundred, maybe even 500, 600 or whatever watching this event tonight. You know, we just want the fans to have a good time. But right here, you got 4 men, 4 of the very best in War Wrestling and whatever going at it tonight for the most prestigious title in War Wrestling.
Beech with the armbar and the crossface. Jock distracting the referee, trying to get Roger Ruffin back into the middle of the ring.
And if you notice, Vernal Lee is tapping.
Vernal is tapped. We should be done here, but inadvertently Tank, well, it depends on how you look at it. Really saved himself a shot at the championship.
Right, absolutely.
Vernal Lee, now again, Beech right in the center of the ring. Vernal's got nowhere to go. Referee right on top of it. Jock behind, nothing Vernal Lee can do. But a guy that size, again, just a monster.
Well, look at the brute strength of Vernal Lee. He was down in the crippler crossface or whatever, and he physically got him off and sidewalk slammed Brian Beech, who's no small man.
Now Vernal over in the corner where he and Jock have isolated Brian Beech for a majority of the second portion of this match, the tag portion. As Sherman Tank, the behemoth of.
And if you notice, Mr. McCormick, they've isolated Tank on the outside too.
Now, Jock in the middle of the ring with a very weary Brian Beech. But Beech, I would imagine, as he's scoop slammed by Jock in the middle of the ring, running on both hatred of Jock Samson and the just absolute drive of finally getting to be the guy who's the War Wrestling champion. Jock now up to the second rope. Beech in no man's land, with the champion taking forever as he ascends.
Is he reading the book? What is he doing here?
And
oh!
the biggest mistake he's made in this entire match.
Got to be honest, he took way too much time there.
Now referee starts his count already up to 3 here in front of this capacity crowd in Belle Center for Belle Center Brawl 5, the main event. Seguri sends Jock out to the outside, or down to the outside.
And look, Beech is crawling.
Again,
crawling to Sherman Tank.
Second time that Jock has tried to keep somebody from winning the title here tonight. And he is in for a world of pain from Sherman Tank. Uses his own move and hip tosses him across the ring.
Well, to be honest, that was a huge hip toss.
And a huge backdrop as well. And a left hand by the veteran of Sherman Tank. The official, only one in Roger Ruffin, trying to keep control of all 4 of these guys. Squaring off each one of the corners. Jock
this is breaking down, I'll tell you what.
Jock and Tank in one corner, the Mammoth and Vernal Lee, and there you see the do-si-do didn't work. Beech setting up. Say goodnight to Vernal Lee.
Huge super kick from Brian Beech. I'll tell you what, if they got a dental plan.
And he will be after the elbow drop. Both men go for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. And Jock Samson just walked out with the belt. But he didn't even win the match. Sherman Tank and Brian Beech simultaneously pinning Vernal Lee Samson. As Jock Samson is behind us fighting with somebody. So I guess we've got...
But Jock Samson wasn't pinned, unfortunately.
And you're right. Unfortunately, Jock Samson loses to slither away to another day, and that day will be August 2nd, as he will take on the guy he took the belt from and literally stole it from in Juice Jennings.